Hey, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Stash. People call me Stachu, Stashek, Stashek, Stanisław. But on this channel, I go by the name of SALADEEN. In this mini-series, I'm going to focus on what went wrong, how it went wrong, and could it have been prevented. If you're not familiar with qultimate's channel, you should definitely go and subscribe. Here's the link. He's got some cool stuff over there. You can see beautiful landscapes, beautifully taken curves, and some crashes. And that's exactly what I will be focusing on this channel, in this little series. Check it out. I have used qultimate's material a lot in my previous videos where I explained things like, for example, why should you keep your toes close to the bike? Why not flip them out? Like, you know, this one's over there, this one's down under the gear shifter. I can show you why. It's playing on the screen behind me right now. So, yeah, check it out. I'll be showing you what happened, why that dude crashed, could it have been prevented, and what to do, you know, in order to learn how not to crash. Because I think it's better to learn on somebody else's mistakes rather than on your own. I'm not here to, you know, poke at anyone. I'm not here to make fun of anybody. I'll not be intimidating anyone. There's plenty of riders out there. There's beginners, there's what have you. I'm just here to show you stuff. I'm just here to explain it. I'm not mocking anybody, so yeah, so here's a clip with that green ninja, so check it out. What we've got here is failure to use the progressive braking technique, which is explained in one of my previous videos, so you can definitely go and check it out. So, this is a common mistake of so-called panic braking, where you see something, you want to avoid it, so you just go, and that's it. Your front wheel locks up, you're down. This is due to the unnecessary force against the brake lever, unnecessary stopping force against your wheel. If you've got ABS, it might be a little lifesaver. You don't want to go and use your brake as a binary thing, on and off. Instead, you want to progressively add the force of braking, so then you can actually get more traction and then you can brake some more. Even though this requires a lot of practice, it's totally worth it. It definitely helps a lot, helps with your health and, you know, the condition of your bike. So now let's try and think like this, what this guy was thinking. He was having fun, he was leaning a little bit, he was going fast, and then he comes up and he sees the cops and he's like, cops, oh, I'm too fast. That's it, he's down right away. So that was the sort of first level. Now, second level is, think about this, guys. If you're going pretty fast into a blind turn with a little bit of leaning involved, you're not leaving yourself a lot of room for braking, really. Braking in a turn at a leaning angle, that's a pretty freaking hard thing. So there's two major phenomenons happening when you apply braking force in a turn. Number one, what you're getting when you're applying force to your brakes, you're actually making the bike stand up. And what happens if you make the bike stand up in a turn? It actually goes outside. It widens the turn radius. Pretty simple. So with having that said, you don't really want to brake in the turn at all. And number two is you're actually stealing a little bit of the precious traction from your own bike's front wheel. And you know where that can lead you, right? Let's cut to the next example. So in this one, we've got another very inexperienced rider, which is great because this is who this channel is actually intended for. Before we jump into it, I would like to point out two things. One, the guy is rather sitting on the bike than actually riding it, so he's more like a passenger who's happening to hold on to the steering whilst riding the bike. Number two, he's not looking at where he wants to go. He's staring right down at his front wheel or the asphalt right in front of it, which isn't great because you can't really anticipate what you're going to do next if you're just staring right down at your... So as soon as he sees the danger, he focuses on it, and that place actually becomes his ultimate destination. Oh, and one more thing, observe the braking. As he actually starts braking, you can see that the bike stands right up, just like I told you in the previous one. Well, let's take a look at it. And now, as you can see by the sound, by the sound of the engine, dude is having fun, which is great, but please do not forget about your skill to confidence ratio. At this moment, he realizes he he's not going to make it. He fixes his eyes on the guardrail and he goes, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, not gonna make it, not gonna make it, get a break, get a break, get a break. And that's it. That's what happens. So my interpretation here is that his own eyes have actually drawn him into the guardrail. And that's all because he was just staring at it. He was not looking where he wants to go, but he was looking at what's scaring him. Very hard, very, very hard to actually, undo the sort of way you're actually doing it. Everybody does that. Everybody naturally looks at the danger, because if you know what's coming, you know how to prevent it or something. But in this case, in writing, be it sports cars, motorcycles, bicycle, you've got to look where you want to get. You've got to look where you want to end up. So in this case, he should be looking deep into the turn as far as he can. Make the bike turn, make the bike lean, make it, hold the line, and just simple. I know, it's just super simple, isn't it? Yeah. So had he had focused on actually the place he wanted to go, he would have. He could have smoothly get to wherever he wanted to get. Just making it. Simple as that. Simple. Oh, and one more thing. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you actually get off the asphalt while braking, well, you gotta let off the brakes because as the coefficient of friction decreases, also the braking force must be decreased. Otherwise, you're down, just like that. Sounds simple, doesn't it? I wish for you guys out there and for myself as well that all the guardrails should be double. Well, if you're lucky, you're just going between those I-beams, but if you're not, you're just hitting one of them with your, never mind. High side number 1, take 1. Got the battery right here. All right, so in this one, we've got a situation that's not ever fully happened to me. I mean, I have had this sensation that I am about to high side, but I was always able to somehow save it. Don't ask me how. Here's what happens. He's enjoying it. He's going nice and smooth. I'll mention his sitting position later, okay? But he's going great. He's going smooth. And all of a sudden, he's given it a little too much gas, or maybe he's unloaded the rear somehow. Basically, the rear wheel started spinning a little quicker than the front wheel. This is what it looks like. You're doing just fine, and you've given a little too much gas. So your rear wheel starts spinning quicker. Thus, because your bike is being naturally pushed out as you're turning, the weaker point, which is the rear, gets pushed out of the turn. See? Now, the way you feel it is as if it's just disappearing from under your butt. The next thing that happens is your brain realizes that and you think, I've given too much gas. So a natural human reaction is, if this has caused this sensation right here, then I better do the opposite. And you chop the throttle, which is the worst thing you can ever possibly do in a situation like this, or actually in almost any situation at all.
Don't do that.
So watch what happens when you're going like this and you're getting out, and all of a sudden, after you've chopped the throttle, your rear wheel's traction is regained instantly. This is just as if you had hit a curb. The next thing that happens is your rear suspension gets compressed, and then after it cannot be compressed anymore, it launches you right out. Works kind of like a springboard. And this is like the worst possible crash you can have. It launches you through the air like a rocket. You have no idea what's happening. You have no idea how to position your body, for the landing. You try to save it, you just hold on. Most people do. Most people hold on to the steering as much as they can. And then it's just funny because the rest of your body jumping up and down while you're still holding on. So guess what's happening to the steering? Guess what happens to the gas? You're just doing all sorts of weird stuff. It's better you didn't. You're just in the and then comes the landing.
You never know what you're gonna get.
You have no idea how to do it. You don't know, like, you know, you're kind of like this, kind of like that. You never know which way you're gonna end up, and it's just excruciating. It's just terrible. So is there anything you can do? Well, my number one thought here is, well, MotoGP riders do high side, so how can I prevent it? How can I ever, you know, be able not to do it? In my opinion, in my very, very humble opinion, it's way better to just keep the gas on. You've given it too much, well, it's too late now, but it's better to just low side. And who knows? Maybe, just maybe, if you keep it the way you had, maybe it will gradually regain traction in a smooth and easy manner, allowing you to actually save it. One more thing about this rider. One thing that I think that had not helped him at all. Look at the way he's actually sitting on the bike. I mentioned it before. So instead of getting his body out here into the turn to prevent the bike from leaning in too deep, he's doing the opposite. He's sitting on this side and he's actually making the bike have to go even deeper. So work on that body position, guys. Okay, so for today's conclusion, we've got three things here. Number one, look or stare at where you want to go, where you want to get. Always keep on focusing on a yet newer and newer and newer target destination. Look as far as you can actually properly see. Number two, work on your throttle control. Ease in, ease out. Never go like that, never go like that either. This one is actually worse. This one is just stupid, and this one is dangerous. And last but not least, number three, practice progressive braking. This is a lifesaver, a huge, huge thing. Even if you've got ABS, the best way to use ABS is to never let it turn on. That way, I can assure you, you will lower your braking distance. As soon as ABS kicks in, you're actually going to stop further. I'm not talking about being in a turn, I'm talking about normal braking. Oh, and the episode that I mentioned about the progressive braking is going to be linked in the description, and I better go and add some subtitles to it, because otherwise none of y'all are gonna get it. All right, thank you very much for today. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for being here. So if you're new here, please subscribe. If you would like me to cover a particular crash, please link it down in the comment section. Come visit my fan page at facebook.com/mcsdx. Smash that like button, because if you're still here, that means you kind of liked it. Oh, and one more thing. Let me ask you guys a question. What happened in this one? Why is this dude crashed? What has he done wrong? What was the number one cause for his crash? Please let me know in the comments below. You will find the link in the description. I'll give you my view in the next episode. All right, thanks a million for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.